Hey everybody, Mike Naso here from IPR with the latest on the tropics. And taking a look out there right now, you can see we have a few features. First of all, here in the southern Bay of Campeche in the Gulf of Mexico, we have a tropical depression, which could very well become our next tropical storm. Out here in the Atlantic, we do have a tropical storm, Karen, which almost became a hurricane today, and it looks pretty good on satellite, but it may not have a good future ahead of it. I'll talk about that. And we have an area of invest out here near Florida, which might do something as it heads on to the northeast, as well as a tropical wave here over the Lesser Antilles, which is dropping heavy rain over the areas of the Caribbean. First, let's start with our depression. This TD13, as of 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, it was at 21.3, 94.5. Winds are 35 miles an hour, gusting to 45, even though it might be a little weaker than that, despite its very good appearance on satellite. It's nearly stationary, so it's not moving at all. Pressure 1,009 millibars, and you can see the forecast here over the next 4 days is for it to stay over the Gulf and then come inland by day 5. So by Saturday afternoon, it might just have crossed the coast, and it could strengthen. It could get up to a strong tropical storm. If it becomes a storm, it will be named Lorenzo. You can see on satellite the center again right here in this region here, and you can see it has pretty good outflow, good banding features. And again, sitting around for the next several days, even though, as if you remember with Stan was forecast to remain over water, and it quickly came inland. So everybody along the Mexican coast should be quickly watching for any developments that could change rapidly. But right now it looks like this system should stay over water for a good bit and strengthen. You can see, however, on the AVN color, it doesn't look all that impressive. The models have it generally in the agreement with the Hurricane Center's slow movement towards the southwest through time. Here's Karen, and winds are 70. It had been up close to hurricane. It's starting to look like it may be weakening a little bit. It should become a hurricane tomorrow afternoon into Friday and then weaken. It could be a lot weaker than this if the shear kicks up. You can see the track here could be as far north as well out to sea, or as far south as maybe heading up closer to the northern islands. It's currently moving west-northwest at 11. And you can see on satellite it looks pretty good. You're going, hey, this is a good-looking storm closing in on hurricane strength. But as you look at the water vapor, notice these winds here. These are coming out ahead of it, and already it's beginning to feel the impacts of that. And it might begin to weaken quickly. In fact, earlier today, we actually saw kind of this barrier that the storm put up trying to protect itself from the westerly winds. And that barrier appears to have kind of collapsed in on it. So we may see quick weakening. Hurricane hunters will be out there later to investigate. You can see the models in here. Some start to bend it more west under a strengthening ridge. Others don't think the ridge will strengthen at all and turn it out. Hurricane center in the middle, and we'll see what exactly it is that Karen does. You can see the NAM here brings our system in Mexico inland by Saturday, and then by Sunday brings Karen up here. We'll see what else happens with it. You can see wind shear's not all that bad right now, but ahead of it, 40 knots is certainly not good for development. Remember, Ingrid ran into the same problem and didn't make it back. Note the very favorable conditions over the Caribbean, nothing there thankfully, and then of course over the Gulf our system here has low wind shear. Here you can see a bit better low wind shear over our system in the Gulf. Karen entering an area of very high wind shear, and our system near Florida not all that favorable either. There are a few waves out in the central Atlantic too behind Karen. You can see here kind of coming on the screen. We may have to watch. Of course, this mess here near Florida is interesting invest as well, and you can see there the models generally take it off towards the northeast. The GFDL has it becoming a hurricane. Not sure if that'll happen as of yet. I'm Mike Naso from IPR. Stay tuned to the latest on the tropics.